Team captain Trevor Immelman claimed Tom Kim was a tremendous gift to the team at the President's Cup. His comments on the young Korean pro came moments before Jordan Spieth's high praise for Kim, whom he believes will spark the new Asian wave for golf as Seri Pak once did for women's golf. More on that in today's video. Starting with Jordan Spieth's prophetic comments on Tom Kim. Rising PGA star Tom Kim isn't taking steps forward. He's leaping into stardom with his phenomenal play. Kim's amateur track record almost guaranteed him victories and high praise as a professional athlete. However, the high expectations set on the young Korean player's shoulders were nearly doubled when legend in his own right Jordan Spieth claimed Kim's career was reminiscent of another Asian phenomenon, Seri Pak. At 20 years, 3 months, and 18 days old, Tom Kim broke Tiger Woods' long-standing record as the youngest player in history to ever win a PGA Tour event. Reporters caught up to Spieth ahead of the CJ Cup and asked him a series of questions about his career, thoughts on Phil Mickelson's comments about the PGA Tour, and the 20-year-old Kim's rise on the golf course. He claimed that the young Korean had been dominating the golf course recently with tours and a President's Cup in between. Spieth said he couldn't call Kim a kid because he himself was 29 years old, but that his achievements at a young age were sparking the same Asian wave that had occurred on the LPGA 10 years ago when Kim's compatriot Seri Pak sparked a wave in women's golf, something that continues to this day 10 years later. The American professional golfer also claimed Kim asked him a couple of questions that left him searching for answers. We'll talk about that later on in the video. Coming up next, Seri Pak revolutionized women's golf. In 2007, South Korean female professional golfer Seri Pak was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. The professional athlete was well deserving of the award. She had, after all, changed the entire outlook of the game when she debuted back in 1998. Pak's career spanned over a little less than 2 decades, from 1998 to 2016, when she retired at her country's lone LPGA-sanctioned event, the Keb Hana Bank Championship. Pak went pro back in 1996, but dedicated her efforts entirely to the PGA Tour in 1998 and never looked back since. One of the many reasons why Spieth compared Tom Kim to Pak was the fact that she too was the youngest winner of a PGA Tour event at 20 years old. She was also the youngest entry at age 29 in the World Golf Hall of Fame. But more than anything else, Pak is credited with motivating other female Asian athletes to join golfing. For instance, Kim was one of only 2 South Korean women in history to enter the LPGA. However, at the end of her career, over 10 Asian women had taken Pak's lead and entered the world of professional golf. Moreover, comparisons between Pak and Kim. Spieth claimed that Tom Kim has sparked Asian male athletes' interest in the game, the same way Pak had for women. He stated that more and more young Korean men were entering the PGA Tour, motivated by Kim's success, who had his early beginnings in his home country. The first comparison between the two professionals is quite obviously their love for the game. Pak has trained in Seoul, initially as an amateur golfer, but then moved to the United States after turning pro in 1996. Kim, on the other hand, was born and raised in Korea, but moved all over the world with his family since his father, former professional golfer turned golfing teacher Kim Chang-ik, moved around a lot for work. Eventually, the Kim family settled for a while in the Philippines, where Tom Kim was able to kickstart his career in golf. In Seri Pak's first year playing professional golf, she won the Rolex Rookie of the Year award. Similarly, in his first year of playing pro golf, Tom Kim was awarded the Wyndham Championship win and the Shriners Children's Open win in the first year he went pro, in August and October respectively. The two players were also amongst the youngest winners on the PGA and the LPGA tours. Pak subsequently went on to become the youngest entry in the World Hall of Fame. If Spieth's comments prove prophetic, Kim might snag that win. For context, Pak was the youngest winner at 29 years old. Next, Tom Kim broke his idol's record. The young Korean might have snagged a couple of wins, but he made history by being the second youngest winner on a PGA event. Younger by a few months than the previous winner, none other than Tiger Woods, who just so happens to be Tom Kim's idol. When Kim was asked about his win, something that's undoubtedly earned him a spot in history, he claimed he felt like he was a 5-year-old at Disneyland. The professional golfer was well aware of the legacy he was creating. "I'm only 20 years old," exclaimed Kim. But not everyone's happy about the comparisons made between him and Woods. Rory McIlroy, the current #1, claimed that while the comparisons were undoubtedly flattering, Kim shouldn't be compared to anyone else, even if it was someone as prolific as Tiger Woods. Why? The Northern Irishman claimed that it would be unfair to put such a burden on a budding professional. Instead, he believed it would be better to let him become his own person first and have fans judge the person he became later on. He might even be better than Woods. Now for the question that stumped Spieth. We talked about Jordan Spieth being left speechless by a question Tom Kim asked him during the International Championships. Can you guess what it was? As it turns out, Spieth and Kim grew quite close in preparation for the event. They sparked up a conversation about golfing techniques and training regimens. Kim's training with the same golf coach, the same physio, and essentially following the same routine as Spieth. He asked the American, seasoned professional, what was the most satisfying win of his career. Spieth, who's had some hard luck over the years but has since regained momentum, claimed he didn't have an answer. Later on, he claimed he thought about that question a lot but couldn't come up with an answer. Spieth, however, was welcoming of Kim's question. He claimed more players should be as inquisitive as Kim. It helps them learn more and more about the game they're playing, how to play it, and learn from seasoned professionals what not to do. Additionally, what separates Tom Kim from other Korean golfers on the PGA Tour? For starters, there's only one other Korean male professional golfer who's earned a PGA Tour card, KJ Choi. And while Choi had an impressive career with 8 overall wins, he claimed he felt lonely on the tour. Today, Choi stated that Kim might even have an easier time than he did. Choi didn't speak the same language and had limited food options. The Korean is in his 50s now and claims he's proud of the upcoming Asian golfers, especially Tom Kim. And he's not the only one who's wowed by Tom. We've talked about Jordan Spieth and Rory McIlroy, but his teammates on the international tour, an all-Asian team, was equally wowed by his golfing powers. His teammate Siwoo Kim recalled Kim's iconic birdie in the memorable 4-ball triumph. He claimed that Kim was about 240 yards out from the hole and was a good 60 yards away from his competitors. He pulls a 2-iron and manages to swing the ball right in for the birdie. Lastly, Kim is close to his roots back home. Whilst Kim was born and raised till he was a toddler in Seoul, South Korea, he moved around a lot with his family to further his father's career as a golfing instructor. However, after walking away after the second round of 72 at the Hero World Challenge, golf was the furthest thing from his mind. Kim sat down for an interview after walking off Albany and was in for a lot of questions. However, he sat down, looked at his phone, and was left speechless. What was on his phone? A notification that his home country, South Korea, had won against Portugal 2-1 in the World Cup. Thanks to a 91st goal, South Korea moved up to the top 16 for the first time since 2010. Kim was understandably speechless, and a reporter jokingly asked him, "Didn't you know?" The 20-year-old claimed he was watching the game before heading out. However, he didn't watch while playing, obviously. The last he knew of the game, Korea and Portugal were still 1-1. He found out his home country had made it through around 5 hours after the fact. His head was still in the game, football that is, and when asked to comment on his own, he claimed South Korea's game was a whole lot more impressive than his golf. Kim claimed it was motivating to see his compatriots do well in the game. If anything, it reignited the spark in him to make strides in the PGA Tour for Korea just the same. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Let us know if you think Jordan Spieth's comments on Tom Kim hold any weight at all, or do you think there will never be another Siri Pak in history? Let us know where you stand in the comments down below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. We'll see you at the next one. Bye!